Welcome back to We Here Now. I'm X. Let's get to it. We are back on it on the trading doctrine. This is the 1.5 what risk actually means. The rule that saves traders. All right, let's get into it. Oh, by the way, I decided to put Amazon up here. It looks like Amazon is definitely shooting down. Shooting down. Um, let's invert this real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Definitely have my take profit right there. I have these um, what do you call it? These are monthly closes right here. So I would definitely put a trade in, put it right there. Just broke out of a bearish flag right here. What was this on Friday? Yep, Friday. All right, so let's get back to the video. So if you only take one lesson from this entire trading course, it should be this one. Most traders don't fail because they have a bad strategy. They fail because they don't understand risk. They enter trades thinking about how much they can make, but they never define how much they can lose. And that single mistake is what destroys accounts and destroys accounts quickly, very quickly. All right, so in this lesson, we're going to break down what risk actually means, why it's the foundation of every professional trader. So, in the previous lesson, we talked about how trades execute using market, limit, and stop orders. Now we're going to connect that to something much more important: how much you are willing to lose if you are wrong. If you are wrong. Before we get in any trade, we have to know these things. All right. Because every trade has risk, whether you define it or not. So let's simplify this. Risk is not how much you want to make, risk is how much you will lose if the trade fails. That's it. Before entering any trade, a professional trader already knows where they will enter, will they will exit if wrong, and exactly how much money they are risking. If any of those are unclear, it's not a trade. It's a guess. And that's where the gambling comes. When people say, "Oh, trading is just gambling," no, it's not. Not at all. All right. So the core rule. This leads to one of the most important rules in trading. If you don't know your loss, you don't have a trade. This rule alone eliminates most beginner mistakes because it forces you to think in terms of structure and discipline instead of emotion. You are no longer asking, "How much can I make?" You're asking, "Is this trade worth the risk I am taking?" Small losses equals success. One of the biggest mindset shifts in trading is understanding that small losses are not failure. They are part of the process. In fact, control losses are what we allow traders to survive. Sorry about that. In fact, control losses are what allow traders to survive long enough to become profitable. Professional traders don't avoid losses, they control them. Because if losses are small and consistent, a few strong winning trades can outweigh many small losses. This is how trading becomes a profitability game instead of a guessing game. So, for instance, say I took 10 trades. Eight of those trades, um, I lost $2 on each one. So what is that? $16 I done lost. But two of those trades, I got $30 a piece. That's what that just means. All right. So if this, then that. So let's turn this into a simple logic. If you don't define your risk before entering a trade, don't take the trade. If your potential loss feels uncomfortable, your position size is too large. If you accept the loss before entering the trade, your mindset is correct. This type of thinking keeps traders consistent over time. So, moving on to common beginner mistakes. Most beginners make the same mistakes. They enter trades without levels. They hold losing trades, hoping price will come back. I definitely had a problem with that one. They risk inconsistent amounts from one trade to the next. I was doing that same thing, but about last year I decided to use a fixed risk, and every so many milestones, I have it at doubling my account. Every milestone of me doubling my account, I up my fixed risk. So let's say for instance, I have $1,000 that I'm trading with. Uh, I would probably use $3. Yeah, about $3 a trade. Well, that would be my risk. So, uh, the mental shift that you guys need to have. The moment you start thinking in terms of risk instead of profit, everything changes. You become more patient, more selective, more disciplined because you are no longer chasing outcomes. You're managing exposure. So, in the next lesson, we're going to take this concept one step further because defining risk is only part of the equation. You also need to control how much you risk on each trade. This is called position sizing. Basically, what I was just explaining to you guys. Um, and it directly impacts your emotions, your consistency, and your long term performance. So, if you're serious about trading the right way, continue on the next lesson. So, you've been here with me, X. We here now. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited for this whole trading doctrine, and I'm actually excited to get done with it, just so we can start making some money, as I can start calling out these trades, and we can all make some money together. All right. So without further ado, you've been watching We Here Now. I'm X. Oh, before I forget, this is not financial advice. This is not financial advice. I'm not a advisor. I'm none of that. This is just what I found that works for me. So until then, till the next time. See you guys. Peace.